Today, Millie changed into a short cheongsam, showing off her perfect figure. When she turned around, she found Noah, the guy, leering at her from behind. Her face flushed with embarrassment and anger. "You walk in front." Noah looked puzzled. He didn't know the way either. Millie raised an eyebrow and spoke assertively. "I told you to go, so go." Noah quickly nodded in agreement. He wondered if this woman's eyes were on her buttocks. Noah followed Millie to her company. The receptionist greeted Millie with a sentence. Noah looked towards the back following the reception desk. A group of old men were sitting in front of a wooden table, identifying some antique calligraphy and paintings. When Millie walked over, Micah had just greeted her before being interrupted by the blond man with glasses. "Millie, I'm Rhett. Do you remember me?" Millie seemed unable to recall. He continued, mentioning a toast they had exchanged at a dinner party. Millie remained silent. To ease the awkwardness, Rhett put his hand on Noah's shoulder and jokingly asked if the young man was her friend, saying he looked familiar. Noah pursed his lips, thinking to himself that the age difference between them was not necessarily clear-cut. Seeing Millie still not speaking, Rhett, looking at Noah's smiling face, seemed to show a hint of disdain. "He wouldn't be a bodyguard, right? He seems quite young. Can his body handle it?" Noah smiled faintly, saying, "Being younger is good. I have plenty of energy and stamina, with enough drive and strength for the long haul. Plus, it's easier to maintain a good physique. Nowadays, customers have increasingly high expectations. We rely on our youth to keep up with these demands. It's not easy for us to make a living solely based on our youthfulness." When this statement was made, the whole audience fell silent. No matter how Millie listened, she felt that the statement sounded quite awkward. Red naively thought that Noah was Millie's little lover. Micah sprayed out a mouthful of tea when he heard this. Millie was misled by Rhett like this. She almost went to hit Noah again. Noah didn't expect this person to look quite handsome and charming. How could his thoughts be so dirty? So he directly shifted the topic to Millie. Rhett immediately backed down. Previously, in his impulsive moment, he failed to consider Millie's feelings. Now, he has offended Millie quite significantly. Rhett tried to save face by cunningly arguing that Noah misled him. Noah looked disdainful. Shouldn't a bodyguard be young and energetic? Who would want to hire a coward? Rhett couldn't find a valid argument to refute that, and he was livid. Noah looked at him with a mischievous expression and continued, "Even this sentence can make you think of a mistress." Your thoughts, on hearing this, have made Rhett so furious that he's trembling all over. The people around him burst into laughter at Noah's string of words. Millie breathed out a sigh. She almost got amused by this guy too. Rhett couldn't bear to stay any longer. He made an excuse to go out to answer the phone and sneakily escape from the scene. Millie walked up to Micah. She handed the beeswax finger ring she bought from Noah earlier to show him. Micah took the finger ring and was stunned after taking a look. He quickly asked Millie where the finger ring came from. Millie pointed at Noah. She said she bought it from him for $1 million, while he bought the stall for 1,000. The finger ring happened to be on the stall. The people around were envious when they heard this. Selling for $1 million after buying it for 1,000, his luck is so good. Is there still any fairness in the world? Rhett, who left and came back, happened to overhear this. He is even more jealous of Noah. After studying abroad, he only found a job with a monthly salary of 7,000 yuan. Micah took another look at the finger ring with an eye loop. He can confirm that this finger ring is ready to be auctioned. Millie can earn an additional 10 points when she hears this. Noah finds it incredible. He also doesn't know whether to scold the system for being untrustworthy, or to think that people nowadays are so naive. Items worth 300,000 to 400,000 can be speculated to over $1 million. However, Millie said that the finger ring should not be sold. Micah also agreed. After all, looking at it from a professional perspective, it is worth collecting. With the help of this finger ring, Millie formally got to the point. She asked Noah to represent their company at the appraisal conference. Micah frowned, very puzzled. Other company employees are all complaining. They don't have high hopes for Noah, this little brat. Rhett also seized the opportunity. He criticized Noah with sarcasm at every opportunity. Noah had long developed immunity to such words. When he looked at the snuff bottle on the table, his eyes lit up the moment to show off had finally arrived. Pay attention, this is an ordinary snuff bottle. But under Noah's eye of appraisal, it's not ordinary at all. This is a blood coral cloud bat snuff bottle with excellent quality made from blood coral. It has slight white streaks. The flat bottle shape features a shallow relief of pine trees, rocks, lingy mushrooms on one side, and auspicious clouds, bats on the other side. The two shoulders are protruded carved with dark animal head loops. It has a yellow base, an inlaid jadeite lid, and comes with an ivory spoon. Dating back 160 years, it has a certain appreciation potential. The estimated value is $77,800. Noah seems a bit stunned. Today, he finally got to witness the power of this eye of appraisal. This is equivalent to an area of effect skill. He's practically looking to pick up a bargain. Micah sees that Noah seems quite interested in these snuff bottles of his. He tells Noah that if he likes them, he can give him a few as a gift. Although Noah is saying pretentious words in his mouth, a gentleman does not take away what others like. Then, he pointed towards that red blood coral cloud bat snuff bottle. Micah, if you really want to give me something to play with, that's it. Red and fiery, I quite like the look of it. As soon as he finished speaking, Micah was taken aback. How did his treasure catch the eye of this kid? But Millie thought Noah was quite sensible. He asked for something worthless. She didn't know that he was accepting a favor without taking advantage. This treasure was carefully identified by Micah after much effort. Micah awkwardly smiled at Noah and said, "The snuff bottle is a bit dirty. Give it here, young man." You choose the clean ones, and Noah blows out a puff of smoke. Why can't you give me that one? Is there something wrong with its origin? Micah is extremely angry and talking nonsense. The auction house values its reputation the most. Micah does not allow others to tarnish his reputation. Millie also said unkindly that Noah was talking nonsense. Noah continued to play dumb. Then he deliberately asked if Micah was reluctant to give up the snuff bottle. Look at Micah's frustrated expression. He almost regretted it. It's like lifting a stone only to drop it on his own foot. Millie, who was clueless, let Noah take it directly if he liked. Now it's trouble. They were all tricked by Noah and reached out their hands. Just grab this blood coral cloud bat snuff bottle. Micah's heart almost bled from what he saw. His face was full of grievances. Millie also noticed that Micah's expression was not right. She seemed to have sensed something. She grabbed Noah's hand in one swift motion and so on. Millie refused to let go of Noah's hand, saying she also wanted this snuff bottle, to which Noah seemed reluctant. There's a large pile of items on the table. Why are you picking this one? Millie echoed his previous words, saying she also felt festive and warm. Rhett finally spoke up at this moment, preparing to work hard to win Millie's favor with his offering. But little did they know, the two of them completely ignored him, opting to pretend he didn't exist. Noah is not an unreasonable person. He let go as soon as Millie reached for it. After all, it was originally hers. There is nothing wrong with her wanting to take it back. It's not that Millie is petty. Since the experience with the finger ring last time, she knew that this guy must have already known the origin of this thing. She just wanted Noah to say it out. Noah had to follow the hints provided by the Supreme System and set out the true name of this snuff bottle. Then, he elaborately introduced the origin of this blood coral cloud bat snuff bottle. They listened as Noah spoke about the origin of this snuff bottle, as if he were reciting a treasure trove. Rhett and the company's employees were all stunned. Even Micah couldn't believe he was staring at Noah. Even though Noah had a thick skin, he felt extremely uncomfortable being stared at by these people. He had to say that he was just speaking casually. Hearing Noah's words, Rhett chimed in again. He said that Noah was just bragging. That snuff bottle was actually a fake. After speaking, he looked at Micah, hoping for confirmation. Little did he know, Micah's face had already darkened. He originally just wanted to show off to his old friends. That's why he put the blood coral cloud bat snuff bottle in the corner without caring. Who would have thought that it would be recognized so quickly, by a young punk no less? Micah quickly and helplessly admitted that everything Noah said was true. When this was said, many people were puzzled. They wondered if Micah had made a mistake. Hearing these comments, Micah's face looked even worse. Millie is having a headache now too. They have made it difficult for Micah with no way out. Fortunately, Noah timely stood up for Micah. Since you know the origin of this thing, are you not afraid of thieves coveting it if you still leave it outside? Micah quickly took over the conversation. Do you think everyone is like you? Your eyes are so sharp. Noah smiled apologetically and asked, Micah, are you mocking me or praising me? Noah deliberately shifted the topic to give Micah a way out. Seeing the atmosphere temporarily relax, Millie quickly interjected, Micah, what do you think about having him participate in the appraisal conference? Micah just said to Noah, 6 departments assessment. Millie then talked to Noah about the so-called 6 departments assessment, which involves evaluation in 6 departments: calligraphy and painting department, porcelain and craftworks department, oil painting department, ancient books and rare editions department, stamps and coins department, and jewelry department. Upon hearing how troublesome it was, Noah thought about giving up. However, Millie promptly vetoed his decision. Noah reluctantly agreed to the wealthy lady's request. Well, whatever you say, let's just do it. Watching Noah and Millie leave the company, they looked like a loving couple. Red felt envy and jealousy. He also smirked secretly. His father Cyrus, who is in charge of the jewelry department, won't allow Noah to get his hands on it. The man is called Simon, Millie's second suitor. Noah and Millie ran into him right after they left the company. Simon looked at Noah arrogantly and said, I'm Simon, who are you? Noah actually sensed it. This guy just wanted to threaten him to leave Millie. Then he turned to Millie and asked, Is this your friend? Millie shrugged. I don't know him. Simon immediately got annoyed. He didn't expect Millie to be so unfriendly. Noah provocatively patted him on the shoulder. If it's nothing, please step aside, he said, irritating him to the core. When Millie and the two were about to leave, she was stopped by Simon again, who invited Millie to dinner. Millie was originally going to refuse, but she understood Simon's character and agreed. Then she asked Noah to go with her. Simon raised his eyebrows, very reluctantly bringing Noah along. Millie said if they didn't bring him, she wouldn't go. Simon thought to himself, it's just a little kid anyway. Whatever. The scene shifted to a luxurious outdoor restaurant. 2 stylish and avant-garde beauties were seated across from Millie. Noah, on the other hand, is crazily eating next to them. Because this bowl of top-grade caviar, he must eat his fill. This attracts 2 beauties with faces full of disdain. Gold-haired beauty mentioned the ultra-short bangs that are popular this season as soon as she opened her mouth. She even flattered Millie that she would look even more charming if she had this hairstyle. Purple-haired beauty talked about this season's limited edition nostalgic-themed women's clothing again. She mentioned that if needed, she would make sure Millie gets the items first. Millie politely declined their kind offer. Purple-haired beauty suddenly brought her nose close to Millie's and sniffed sharply. Then she mentioned the perfume she was wearing, which should be the sequel to Romantic. Millie didn't respond. She regretted attending this type of dinner party. She turned her head and looked at Noah, who was still eating voraciously behind her. She was truly speechless. She reached out and pinched his thigh forcefully. Noah yelled in pain. The food in his mouth sprayed all over the table. He knew it was Millie who was venting her anger on him, but he was helpless. He could only make an excuse to go to the bathroom to avoid the anger of this woman. Upon arriving at the bathroom, Noah ran into his love rival, Rhett. Rhett greeted him, and Noah casually responded, What a coincidence! I can run into you here. You're here to eat, right? Reb readily agreed. But when he realized it, his face turned almost green with embarrassment. He roared at Noah. You just came here to eat. Your whole family is here eating. Noah just shrugged and left. Reb was infuriated, as he was continuously humiliated by Noah one after another. Noah approached Millie and told her about what had just happened in the bathroom. This made Millie burst into laughter. Simon was surprised to see Noah actually made this woman as cold as an iceberg laugh. Simon was gritting his teeth in anger. Beauty, who was next to them, couldn't stand it and said that Noah was vulgar and lacked taste. Noah didn't get angry. He smiled at her and asked, Then I would like to know what is considered not vulgar and has taste. Purple-haired Beauty mentioned it's about personal qualities and high-quality lifestyle habits. Gold-haired Beauty said it's about clothing and cosmetics. After listening to what they said, Noah rubbed his ear and said, Can what you say also be considered? These days, telling lies seems to earn one a good reputation. The world has really changed. Noah's words angered the two of them greatly. They quickly went to report to Simon. Simon finally seized the opportunity. He asked Noah to apologize to his two friends, or else he wouldn't be nice to him. It's time for Noah to show them who's boss. You said the theme for the next season's women's wear is nostalgia. But I don't think so. They listened to these words full of irony and contempt. Nevertheless, they let him continue speaking. Noah lifted his chin and looked at the two of them with a contemptuous expression, letting them continue talking. I feel that behind the seemingly nostalgic look, there are elements of fashion and passion hidden. This is why the main color tone leans towards dark gray, yet soft pure cotton fabric is used. If paired with bright colored jewelry, the effect will definitely be quite bright and eye-catching. Noah's words stunned the two of them, without waiting for their response. Noah then said, So, the theme for the next season is blossoming passion. As soon as he spoke, even the wealthy guests around them paused with their wine glasses in hand. The two exchanged a glance, both noticing the surprise in each other's eyes. They didn't expect this guy to be so professional. Noah mentioned again the super short bangs they had just talked about. But he always can't help but associate this hairstyle with an eggplant growing long hair. As soon as the words fell, Millie burst into laughter at his words. The two of them were deeply impressed by Noah's words. They didn't expect this little brat to be so deep. Noah then continued to talk about the perfume they last mentioned. He's sure it's not some romantic sequel, because the romantic scent is commemorative. For a sequel, it should be launched on a more meaningful occasion. After Noah refuted their so-called fashion topics one by one, the two of them were already looking embarrassed. They actually showed off in front of such a high-taste person. They greeted Simon. They then fled the scene in a panic. Noah, however, was still full of dissatisfaction, saying that he hadn't finished speaking. Meanwhile, Simon beside him was trembling with anger. Things have come to this point. Millie also said to Noah that they should leave. Simon said to the man in sunglasses next to him as he watched the two leave, Declan, find out everything about that guy for me. If it's not too much trouble, take care of it directly. It seems that Noah's danger is imminent. Pay attention. This is a piece of jade. What is the origin of this piece of jade? Millie's pink sports car is speeding. Millie is curious in the car how Noah knows so much about those fashion topics. Noah looks proud. I bullshit. Millie was speechless. Can only think of him as the legendary one who boasts without draft. The realm where one without a sword defeats one with a sword. However, she was completely impressed by him when she returned to the villa. Little girl Mia is sound asleep on the sofa. Faye is casually leaning back on the sofa watching TV. After seeing Noah and Millie return, she started teasing Noah again. Oh, the handsome guy is back. Noah didn't fall for it this time. She was just teasing him for fun. Millie suddenly handed the blood coral cloud bat snuff bottle to Noah. Noah was stunned. This is the same snuff bottle as before. I said, it's a gift for you. Noah took the blood coral cloud bat snuff bottle, with an excited expression on his face. He never expected happiness could come so quickly with this sudden turn of events. They also became curious. Millie casually told her, "A snuff bottle is worth over 200,000. Hearing this price, they covered her mouth in shock. Then she chuckled strangely and said they were just fooling around. How did they start giving gifts? Millie seemed a bit embarrassed. Then she started to tell what happened today. After listening, Faye was even more surprised that this little fellow was so amazing. She didn't say a word and just dragged Noah's hand towards her room. Noah looked puzzled, unsure what was going on. After arriving at Faye's bedroom, just when Noah thought that Faye was impressed by his performance today and started to like him. Unexpectedly, Faye invited him over just to ask for his help with a magic trick. He helped her to assess the value of a piece of jade. Noah was petrified on the spot, and his heart shattered into pieces. However, he quickly provided an answer using the eye of appraisal. Yellow-skinned mutton-fat jade Buddha is of ordinary quality, assessed as a modern craft. It is naturally gilded skin with beautiful color and exquisite craftsmanship. It is carved with a humorous laughing Buddha, symbolizing good fortune, longevity, harmony, and prosperity. The jade has a lustrous and oily sheen like mutton fat, as pure and white as congealed fat, with a color resembling moonlight and a texture as fine as flowing sand. It is smooth as grease and holds a certain collector's value, estimated at 268,085. Noah sighed and said, "This is a good item." He obviously hasn't recovered from his sense of loss yet. They took out another brocade box and asked Noah to help check the items inside. She just opened it. The system quickly scanned the items. Supreme South Sea Golden Pearl Necklace, Natural Tahitian Black Pearl Necklace, Southern Red Agate Guanine Pendant, Sugilite Necklace, Red Tourmaline Ring, Tanzanite Ring. Noah was shocked to see these valuable jewelry. They asked him if these were worth a lot of money. Noah then asked her where she got them from. Faye didn't want to explain too much. Anyway, she said it wasn't obtained through deceit or trickery. Noah also didn't want to think too much and immediately gave an estimate. If consigned to an auction, it would be around 7 million. If a good buyer is found, it could go up to tens of millions. But the timing is uncertain. Faye sounded very anxious as soon as she heard it. What if it's cheaper? Noah turned his head when he heard her tone and asked, "Faye, you're not in urgent need of money, are you?" She is indeed almost there, still lacking 8 million yuan. She has already saved over 3 million yuan herself. Noah began to calculate in his heart. If he sells it to System, he can receive over 3.6 million yuan immediately. Adding to the over 900,000 yuan in his own account, he would be able to make up the amount for her. It's a win-win situation. He could also earn points for himself. Noah then said he could accept it and immediately give her 4.5 million yuan to see if she could accept it. Faye seems very conflicted. But in the end, she still sealed the deal with Noah. After selling Faye's jewelry to System, Noah went through a lot of trouble to change back to his previous hairstyle. At this time, he received a message on his phone. After opening the message, Noah saw that his account balance had increased by 3.8 million. Upon checking his System points, he now had 3,770 points and had gained an attribute point.